Alright guys, so I was editing the video and I wanted to add a little bit more to this topic. Now, I was having the conversation with my little brother the other day, and the way this conversation came about was when my little brother opened his Anki app, and it's an app where you do flashcards, and he was doing flashcards to revise for his exams. So I saw him just do one flashcard and then he closed the app. And I asked him, like, you just did one flashcard and you left it at that, like, isn't that fake? And he said, no, that's not fake. That's me showing up and me being committed to the goals that I've set for myself. So what I'm doing here, he said, is I'm building a resume. So every single time I show up for myself, that's me proving to myself that, yes, I'm a committed individual. I'm a committed person who sticks to the plans that I set for myself and the goals I set for myself and the things I want to achieve for myself. I stick by it no matter what, no matter even how I feel. The point is not to say, oh, I must do a lot today. The point is showing up regardless of how you feel, because when you show up, you are moving the needle forward. You are working towards those goals that you have. And you are not giving up on yourself because today you don't feel like it. Best way that I found to motivate yourself in a way is you first have to do the action. Motivation is a byproduct of action. For you to be able to feel motivated to do something, you first have to act. Because if you rely on emotions, you can't go further in life, because emotion is energy in motion. For example, you don't feel happy all the time. You don't feel sad all the time. Energy, like emotion, comes and goes. It's not something that is stuck and stagnant. So that's why your plans have to be set in place. Right now I'm in university, and 2 weeks ago, I did not feel like writing my dissertation. I did not feel like showing up to the library and doing it. But what I did it anyways, because I'm proving to myself that, yes, I'm committed. I'm committed to getting my degree. I'm committed to my goals and my vision and my dreams. So no matter how I feel, I'm gonna still show up for it. Yes, I didn't do a lot like I would normally do when I feel good, but just getting the results, or putting those results in a table, or turning that table into a graph. It took me a few hours to do it, but I went anyways. I did it anyways. And now I'm enjoying the process of writing the thesis, because my previous self put in that work for my current self, to enjoy it now. If you only base your actions on how you feel, at the end of the day, you will have nothing to show for it. That's it. Because if I didn't go to the library and I didn't put in that work, even when I didn't feel like it doesn't matter how much work you put in. The point is to show up. It doesn't matter if you give 10% or if you give 20% or if you give 30%. That doesn't matter. The point is for you to show up and to prove to yourself that you are a committed individual. You are committed to your goals, to your dreams, to your visions, everything else that you have planned for yourself. You are committed to that. That's what you're trying to prove to yourself. Because time and time again, what you've done, I'm sure, I've done this, and that's why I'm trying to reverse it. And it's taken a lot of work and a lot of dedication. So there were times where I said, oh, I'm going to work out, but I didn't work out. There were times where I said, I'm going to study, but I didn't study. And you don't realize this, but subconsciously, this is damaging your relationship with your own self. And when you follow your mood and you don't follow your plans, you have nothing to show for. Say you're doing an online course, or like you're trying to learn a language. Instead of you showing up to those lessons and trying to learn that thing, what do? Let's say you answer your emails. You haven't learned the language, you haven't learned the lessons, you haven't showed up, and you haven't done the work. So for example, if you answered your emails, do they give you a certificate that you answered emails? No. Like, when you answer those emails, instead of you studying to get that certificate from that course, if you put in the work and you study and you learn the language and you learn the grammar and everything else that comes along with it, you get the certificate. Yes, you have something to show for that. That proves that you did the work. Not just, you don't prove that only to yourself, you prove that to people who are trying to employ you. Getting that certificate or whatever you're trying to get, that's proof of you putting the work in. That's proof that's proving to yourself and to whoever else when you try to get a job. That's proving to them as well that, yes, I was a committed individual, I committed to this, I showed up on time, I finished my work on time, and I got the grades, and I got the degree, I got the certificate. You see, now you have something to show for. But if you don't do something, then there's nothing there to show for. Alright everyone, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.